95% of people have an operating system in their mind where they operate out of history and memory. 5% of humans operate out of vision and imagination. So the reason we're so much happier, I believe, when we're children is we have no history and memory. So we operate out of imagination and dreams and vision. But at some age, some people it's 5 years old, some it's 8, some it's 18, some it's 28. They create a history, and that history then becomes the operating system. So even if they take on a new behavior or tactic, they're operating out of a pattern of thought and belief that's historic and memory-based. And so the number one thing I would say is begin to operate out of your imagination again, out of your vision again. Create from that place. If you create from that place, now you're not tied to the result in that moment. You're giving yourself space to imagine and create something new in your life.
It's dangerous to dwell on past mistakes because people sort of define themselves by the worst moments that they've ever had. And if that's the case, like some people are stuck in high school. You know, they're stuck in failures that they had like when they were first getting jobs, and they always think that they're a loser, and they don't like the feeling of failure, so they keep low expectations so that they never have to feel that. You gotta get through it. You gotta get through bad feelings. You gotta get through failure. It's very important. And you get through it by just picking yourself back up and moving forward and going.
You know, I've had my fair share of hurts and disappointments in life. I've been betrayed, let down, taken advantage of. I've made mistakes that have hurt the people I love. And let me tell you, carrying around all that resentment, bitterness, and guilt, it's a heavy load to bear. It weighs you down, saps your energy, and keeps you stuck in the past. But the moment I learned to let go, to forgive, to finally say enough is enough, that's when my life started to truly transform.
In order for something new to come, something old must go.
Look, man, if you got something that's been bothering you in your life, get past it. See, if God wakes you up in the morning, it's a sign from God that he ain't through with you yet. That's why he wakes you up. When he's done with you, you won't wake up no more. But as long as he got something for you, he keeps waking you up. Why don't you wake up to go see what that is? He done got you past whatever it was. Whatever it was that's been on you, he done really brought you through it. Because he keeps waking, you're done. Don't lay there wallowing in your past, man. Your past is back there.
Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you.
If you lose, cry for a day. If you win, celebrate for a day. And what we do is when we lose, we cry for a month. And when we win, we just move on. Which means that our negative experiences hold us back and weigh us down more than our positive experiences. So we're actually allowing, because we don't immerse ourselves in winning and growth, we only submerge ourselves in negative experiences.
You can't drive your car looking in the rearview mirror. You can't. If you keep looking in the rearview mirror, you're gonna keep crashing your car. Because all the rearview mirror does is allows you to see what you've passed and to prevent what you've passed from coming up on you again. That's all the rearview mirror is for. The windshield is your future. It's where you're going. It's where you're headed.
Remember this, it's not the events of our life that define us, it's the meaning we attach to the event. And when you learn to control meaning in your life, you control your life to some extent. Far greater than you do if you don't have that.
There are just some things that we won't understand in this life. There are some times where you're going to wish that you could rewind and do things all over again. There are times where you just wish you could forget memories, and you try to drown those memories in alcohol or different pleasures and maybe get distracted by the goals and ambitions of your life and try to put the past behind and move forward. We're all human beings. Please don't get me wrong, I don't wake up every morning with a smile on my face. The first thing I want you to take away from today is this: you will have good days and you'll have bad days, but you will always learn something more or something new, and you will learn more overall on bad days than good days. You will learn more about yourself, you'll learn more about relationships, you'll learn about life and principles, and it'll build your character. If you're a person who wants, let's say, improve on your character of patience, let's say, don't complain when you're waiting in a line. You ain't going to grow in patience until you're put in a place to wait. You know how it is. If you didn't go what you've gone through, you wouldn't be who you are today. And I'm not belittling your pain, and don't worry, I've seen pain in my life, and I've seen not only in my life, but people's lives.
A kid that's never broken their bones, definitely afraid of breaking the bone. But if you're a kid and you're rough and tumble, you broke multiple bones, they healed, you don't have any fear of it. There's so many kids that have been raised to be safe and secure every moment. Anything that's insecure or unsafe, they don't want to be a part of, including language. And what it does is make you incredibly weak and fearful. And that's why there's so many people that are abundant that are angry all the time. Because they're angry because they're not growing. So don't get me wrong. I know some people are not a good influence. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying you're more than somebody's influence unless you obsess about it every moment and make them wrong so you can make yourself feel superior morally, psychologically, or spiritually. That's bullshit. Stop the pattern. We've all done it. Catch yourself. Because if you want joy, happiness, and freedom and an extraordinary life, it will not come from blame. Never. There's no pride that comes from blame. Because I wouldn't assemble the story that my past equals my future. The past only equals your future if you live there. If you're using a rear view mirror to guide yourself, you're gonna crash. So what you've been through is horrific. What you've been through is unjust. I'm on your side. But if you hang on to it, you have no future, and you have no one to blame but yourself.
Now, fear is going to be a player in your life, but you get to decide how much. You can spend your whole life imagining ghosts, worrying about the pathway to the future, but all there will ever be is what's happening here, and the decisions we make in this moment, which are based in either love or fear. So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. What we really want seems impossibly out of reach and ridiculous to expect, so we never dare to ask the universe for it. I'm saying I'm the proof that you can ask the universe for it.
Don't judge the moment, because what we do is we try to label moments as good or bad. And when you label a moment as bad, it now does not have the opportunity to become good.
Or aware of yourself. This is the answer of finding out what is it actually that has make you lose the way. Maybe even you never even realized what is the way. And so therefore, the initial point is to take a step back.
When we begin to think of our life that way, the power of right now and having one more moment and one more minute is so beautiful. It's so blessed, it's so big, it's so amazing. Why would we spend that minute in history? Why would we spend that minute in the past when we could be fully present and creating a future?
I developed this belief that life is calling not to give me something, life is calling for me to deliver things, for me to bring something to life. And I felt the joy that came from not getting but giving, and I got hooked on that core pattern, and then the pattern of learning so I'd have something to give.
You are the vanguard of knowledge and consciousness, a new wave in a vast ocean of possibilities.
You're agile. You're ready to take on the world. You have the mental clarity, the emotional resilience, and the positive mindset to tackle any challenge that comes your way. Now let me tell you, my friends, that kind of freedom, that kind of empowerment, it's priceless. It's the key to unlocking your true greatness, to stepping into the highest version of yourself. Because when you're no longer burdened by the past, when you've made peace with the hurts and disappointments you've experienced, you can fully focus on the present and the future. You can channel all of that energy, all of that drive, into actualizing your dreams and becoming the person you were meant to be.
I'll get around to being happy. I'll get around to making my masterpiece of my life. I'll get around to my dreams. I'm gonna get around to fixing this relationship that's broken. I'm gonna get around to feeling those emotions. And then it's another day, and they keep it in the distance until there are no more days. And I don't care if you're 18 years old listening to this, 28 or 48. We don't know if we have one more day, or 100 more days, or 1,000 more days. But we know this, there'll eventually be a time where we don't have any more days. And so why would we spend the ones that are coming looking at the past?
Think about it, man. When you're no longer burdened by the past, when you've made peace with the hurts and disappointments you've experienced, you have so much more energy, so much more focus to pour into the things that truly matter to you. You can devote yourself fully to building the meaningful connections, pursuing the ambitious goals, and living the life of your dreams. And you know, that's not just good for you. it's good for the people around you too. You're showing your friends, your family, your colleagues that it's possible to let go, to move on, to create a life of abundance and joy, even in the face of adversity. And that, my friends, is a powerful transformative thing.